friends, I just wanted to go over a few reasons why Tractor Supply can be a prepper or an agrarian person's best friend. There's a lot of stuff in the, believe it or not, in the livestock or animal care sections that, believe it or not, you could actually use, for home use for people care or human care, that is. I know a lot of the labels say not for human consumption or for animals only, but in reality, when you look at the active ingredients on a lot of this stuff, it's absolutely the same as you buy in the, CVS and things like that. There's all kinds of ointments and vitamin, B gels that you can inject. There's all kinds of wound care solution type stuff and balms. Over here, obviously, is the famous ivermectin. Back in the day when we had the big pandemic, you got to have some of that on hand. But I wanted to go over here, and obviously you can't live on chicken feed if you had to as a human, but there's several things I wanted to share with you that were brought to my attention the past several weeks. If you're a gardener and you're worried about the Port of Hormuz and the interruption of fertilizer and things of that nature, and chips and propane and gas and all the things are scaring us to death with, and fertilizer is $1,000 a gram now, you can actually use the DEF fluid. Listen to this. The two active ingredients in DEF fluid, which is the diesel exhaust fluid that you add to the average diesel truck for emissions purposes, you can use this, and it's basically 67% purified iodized water, and some of the metals are taken out of the water, and then the other active ingredient is 27%. I believe it's urea, which is obviously a derivative of the organic, fertilizer component that everybody's scampering for. So you can buy, 2 gallons of it for, about $10 now at Tractor Supply, and you add 10 times the water. It's 10-to-1 dilution rate, and you can use this on your garden or your crops, and you're going to get a tremendous yield, because this is nature's best. They say the DEF fluid is actually more organic in its application for agriculture than the actual fertilizer coming from overseas. So believe it or not, something we thought was an automotive component derived from petroleum is actually great for giving you greener leaves on your yields, and also larger fruit, larger vegetables. It's pretty incredible. So that's one thing. Here's another thing, is you can buy this ointment here. It's called Curacin, and it's got the same active ingredients as a very powerful over-the-counter triple ointment antibiotic, for wound care. You can buy it for animals. It's got the same active ingredients in it. This jar is huge. I mean, this might be 20 or 30 of those little tubes you buy for $10, and this one is only $24. You get a lifetime supply for your family in this thing here. Or if you do have animals that get wounded or so, and you can't go to the doctors, that's what you want to buy. But there's a lot of stuff here that you can use, from a human perspective. That there's antibiotics here. There's stuff for joint pain, glucosamine. There's hyaluronic acid, all sorts of probiotics and stuff for gut health. You just got to do your research. I'm not saying all this is great for you right here, right now, and it's just in a crisis. In the event you can't get to the doctors, or the pharmacy runs out, it's good to have some of this stuff on hand and just have it in your arsenal. There's things here that I'm sure. Here's an ivermectin tube here, and all sorts of ointments that you can use. Again, do your homework. I think this is a great place, and I'm not trying to bypass the system per se. I'm just saying, in a pinch, this stuff is great. You just food for thought. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks.